What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Loot Bros Podcast. I'm your temporary host, Resident Daryl. Just want to jump in here real fast before the actual episode starts and say a couple things. I know the crew covers about everything on the show, but this is a special episode. Zach and I, at the last minute, both had to work. So we weren't able to make it, but this is a community questions centric episode. Lots of great community questions. And because I knew the day before I wasn't going to be on the show proper, I went ahead and sent in some stuff myself just to kind of spice it up, make it fun. But I wanted to jump in here and just kind of the beginning to ask you guys, remind you guys to please leave us reviews. Please go on your podcast platform of choice and give us 5 stars. Leave us iTunes reviews. These things are huge and extremely helpful. We need the show to grow. We don't want to stay stagnant. We want to bring more and more people in. We want to share this hobby with our friends, and we want new listeners to stumble across the show and see it and like us. And every so often I go through Spotify and I go through iTunes, and I just kind of scroll through all the video game shows and just see how far down the list we are. And sometimes we're, in the middle, sometimes it's really, really far down. And so basically, if you're looking for a brand new show, the only way, unless someone specifically tells you, the way you're going to find is to see it in rotation. So if you guys could just take a second, leave a review. If you're listening on Spotify right now, which, almost half of our audience is listening on Spotify now. So if you're listening on Spotify, please just give us the 5-star real fast. If you're listening on Apple or iTunes, whatever, give us a 5-star. If you think we're worth a 5-star, if we're only worth a 1-star, that's fine too. But just leave the review or their stars. If you want to go the extra mile, leave the review. That'd be great. But we would just love to see, some feedback, some stars, something, share us with your friends, tag us on social media. Typically Instagram and Facebook are the platforms that we are on. We bounced off of Twitter a long, long time ago. But if you guys are using any of those platforms, take a screenshot of what you're listening to and then use the hashtag Loot Bros Podcast. We would love to see more engagement, especially from some of you. There's hundreds of you that listen to the show that don't interact with us. And that's cool. You don't have to. I listen to a ton of shows that I've never interacted with. And then the handful that I have interacted with, they never responded and or read my comments. So I get it. It's not for everybody. But if you don't mind, before the show gets started, take a minute, leave a review, leave some stars, and that would be a great free way to help support this show. If you want to go the extra mile and you've been on the fence about it, go check out our Patreon. Our Patreon has so much content on it now. It's crazy. More and more free content, more and more extra content every single month. We're just adding more and more to it. So usually at the $1 tier, you get the bonus episode Super Loot Bros Podcast. All right, which is available right now as of the time you're listening. You've got at least 10 of those episodes. All right, at the $5 tier, you get the Super Loot Bros episode and the deep dive, where we do a deep dive every month on a game or movie or some sort of video game property. Then you get a free episode of the Loot Bros Driftcast, which is our monthly Nintendo podcast. You get it at least 3 days early. 2 to 3 days early. I want to say at least 3 because sometimes I get it in there 2 to 3 days early. You get that early. You get anything with the Loot Bros Comic Cast. You get that in the Patreon. You get that 3 or so days early. Sometimes you get it weeks early. Sometimes I'll do a stack of these episodes back to back to back, and then you get one a week. So this past month, you guys got 3 or 4 pieces of extra content, and you're about to do the same thing here in the month of May. So definitely go check out the Patreon. If you can spare $1, hit us up with $1. You can take the RSS feed, plug it into any of your favorite podcast apps, podcast catchers, and you get all that stuff. So you get a ton of perks. You get extra episodes, you get deep dives, you get free bonus episodes. Every now and again, I'll just take a bunch of B-roll and a bunch of silliness from the actual show or the pre-show and stick it on there. So just wanted to throw that out there, kind of plug the Patreon, because that is what supports the show and that is what helps us out. Also, Kind of want to put a plug in there just real fast on some of the games that I've been playing, because there's another tier on the Patreon. You have the $10 tier, which is the producer tier. You get your name shouted out in the show and our toast section each and every week. But also there is the top tier, and that tier is the you pick a game and we play the game tier. And one of the games that I have been pledged to play is the Final Fantasy VII Remake. Now, I have not talked about this in a while. But I've been playing the Final Fantasy VII Remake, and it is such a stellar game. I'm about 7.5 hours in. The game is great. Absolutely great. It looks amazing. I decided not to play the PS5 integrated version yet. I'm going to finish the PS4 version. I was already a couple hours into it. I'm going to finish that out, and I'm playing it on PS5, and it looks absolutely amazing. The game it plays very well. Really, really digging it, and I just kind of want to put a little tidbit in there because I played Final Fantasy VII proper when it came out years and years and years ago. And now playing this version of the game again, which I got it when it first came out, so I'm not new to it, but I just played it for a little while and then put it down. But playing it right now, it is hitting on one of those levels, and I talk about this often on the show, where sometimes it's not the right time for a game. What it requires of you and what you have to offer aren't the same. So Final Fantasy VII Remake is just the game I'm looking for right now. It looks great, it plays great, and what it's asking of me as the player is not very intense. You can sit back and you could just hammer square through the whole game, or you can get more involved in trying different things out, switching through your players, using your different power-ups and abilities and things like that. You can crank that difficulty down and just smash buttons. And I'm really digging it. I'm having a good time. Like I said, it looks great. And I'm glad to be back on this game. So my two pledges that I'm currently working through, still Sleeping Dogs, slowly but surely, and Final Fantasy VII Remake. I just kind of wanted to get in here and put a little update on that one. The game is great. It's awesome. So if you have not played Final Fantasy VII Remake yet, I highly suggest it. It's a nice, relaxing, enjoyable game. So I don't want to take up too much time, guys. The rest of the crew gets together and they bring in our good friend and patron Matt. He comes on and they do the community questions and they really get in there and have a good time. I listened to the beginning of the episode as I was editing and getting ready to patch all this stuff in, and they already started making fun of my butt. So here we go. This is what you're in for. An episode starting off about Daryl's butt. So thank you guys for all you do. Please like, share, subscribe, review, do all the things. Go to the YouTube. The YouTube has slowed down tremendously. So you guys go take a minute, go to the YouTube and check it out. Appreciate you guys, and I'm out of here.
So many whispers in my ear that I can't hear my voice. Tell me, will it end the situation that I'm in? Or am I bound to sit alone, drowning in my sin? Get right or get left, what will it be?
Wait, isn't this the Driftcast? That's right. This is the Loot Bros podcast. And the reason I'm saying that is because a lot of people bailed tonight. So we do have Joe in the house. Joe, what's up?
What's up, everybody? It's great to be here.
And coming back to join us is Matt. What's up, Matt?
AOA.
So, do you remember, Joe, why Daryl said he couldn't make it?
He said something about work, and so did Zach.
I thought no. Are you confused? I thought he said something about butt stuff. Was it butt stuff? He said
they are the king of butt stuff.
Here, guys. So, this is the Loot Bros podcast. Unfortunately, Daryl and Zach could not make it tonight, so we put together a crew so you guys would have an episode.
See, we try to do things for you guys so we don't miss content. We're not like those doofuses over on the Trophy Whores who just don't make episodes.
Wow. Okay.
And by doofuses, I mean Tricky, because I like Yield and Alex. So
I thought we're not mentioning Tricky's name.
Oh, he who shall not be
named.
named.
Oh, no,
I'm sorry.
I said it too. Oh, damn it.
You say it 3 times, he shows up. He just shows up smoking behind you.
Jared, we need a meme now of Tricky as Beetlejuice.
You said it now. He's gonna show up. You see what you did, Kalai? Well, this show's already off to a great start.
All right, well, let's start with our toast. I want to toast to our Patreon producers. My name is Mayo. I'm sorry, my name is effing Mayo. MZ Nitro, Redbeard Rick, Sony Pony 2. Thank you guys for being a Patreon. And we also are toasting to a very special man who had a birthday this week. Happy birthday, Joe.
Thank you. Thank you. I am now 30 plus 8. What's everybody toasting with today? I got a cool blue Gatorade.
Is that the actual name?
Yes, it's called Cool Blue. Because it's cool.
I don't think I've drunk Gatorade in years. I am doing Diet Cream Soda.
Nice.
I'm doing coffee to stay awake.
What brand of Diet Cream Soda are you drinking, Matt?
I think this is A&W.
All right. I'll accept that. Stewart's and maybe Crush. And those are like the 3 I would drink if it's orange. Anything?
I think you're missing Doc Brown's.
I can go for those every once in a while. I'm just not like...
Joe, I thought you were a good guy, but you're trashing Doc Brown's. And
I'm not trashing Doc Brown's. I'm just saying a nice cold orange Crush is hard to beat. I'm sorry. Even a Sun Kiss.
I am not saying that's a problem, but you're doing the hand wave thing against Doc Brown's, and that's a problem.
What about Wild Bill's?
Wild Bill's is excellent, yeah, except it's expensive when you go to the county fair.
Yeah, I'm not trying to go bankrupt drinking orange cream soda here.
Hey,
I'm on a budget here. I gotta buy all these games.
You want a soda? Here, give us $25.
Oh no, I was actually drinking Wild Bill's soda at the convention because I was a vendor and I already had my cup. I paid $7 for free refills for the entire weekend.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Oh, this episode brought to you by Wild Bill's.
So we need to get Wild Bill's, we need to get Manscaped, and I forgot who else Daryl was trying to line up.
I've actually used Manscaped products. They're pretty cool.
That's more than I cared to know about Joe. Anyway,
cool
on to the next topic.
Jewel.
All right. So let's go over some housekeeping. We do have a Patreon.
Southern all of a sudden?
It's been a long day. We do have a Patreon page. You can get in on Patreon for just $1 a month, and you do get access to our episodes early. You also gain access to special content. Like Zach and I did a deep dive of the Outer Worlds. At the $25 level, you can make one of us play a game. We also upload our stuff to YouTube, so check out our YouTube channel. We do have the Comic Cast, which I believe has a new interview. We do the Lope Bros Driftcast, which is our Nintendo podcast. I'm supposed to mention Twitch, so Twitch.
Nobody uses that thing.
No, I actually, Zach does do Twitch. Zach does do Twitch.
What is his name on Twitch again? For those who don't know.
Twitch.
No, I think he's a bearded nerd, right?
Oh yeah, the bearded nerd. Thank you.
Wow.
Now, guys, if you want to help us out, if you have an Apple or a Google Play account, just give us a review. It really helps drive the podcast, helps us to get in front of more people, which is always good. So that would be much appreciated. So, Joe, what have you been playing?
Lots of stuff. Lots and lots and lots of video games. Currently, right now, as we speak, I'm playing Lego City Undercover because that's the Lego game. I always play Lego games and record because they're mindless and you don't really have to pay attention. And I just started it, so I played it on other platforms. I think it's really cool. It's like the closest you'll get to like a Grand Theft Auto game, like on the Wii U and on the Switch. So, well, until now, you can actually play Grand Theft Auto on the Switch. So, take that back. I played Dynasty Warriors 7 like last night and this morning, just because I wanted to play a Dynasty Warriors game, and I was like, oh man, there's like 700 of these on PlayStation Now. I have my pick of the litter, as Mr. Burns would say. And I picked Dynasty Warriors 7 because I was like, let's go as far back as we can and beat them all and claim them all as points, because they don't take long to beat, and I've beaten them 1,000 times, and I'm a sucker for playing shit that I've already beaten instead of playing shit I need to beat. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, don't donate to have me play games, people, because there's a fat chance that I'll actually beat them all. No, I'm working on those too. Next, I played a little bit of WWE 2K22. I played more of the universe mode with Corey. We actually made a video game character universe, and so it was actually any person that was made in the game that's on a video game we included. So we downloaded like Mario, Luigi, Master Chief, and we had a 30-man Royal Rumble where the computer played the whole thing out, and Corey and I just did commentary, and we should have recorded it for Twitch, and we didn't, and it was hilarious. It was so hilarious. I can't even remember who won, because like we did like 4 other matches after that. But it's something I think we're gonna start doing on Twitch. Is Corey and I are gonna start recording like WWE 2K22 matches, and then we're gonna do commentary over them. But we're gonna do it with video game characters.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
So yeah, we're gonna start doing that soon. Last week on the show, I finished Lego Hobbit, like while we were actually recording, so that's done. Dabbled a little more in Lego Star Wars, Skywalker Saga. I don't know if any of you guys have played it.
No, not yet. I don't know if I'm gonna get into that. It's just too much game for me.
It is way too much game. And then the only other thing I really played this week, which I sunk the most time into, is Ys 8, and that game is absolutely phenomenal. It's probably Go ahead.
I've heard you mention it a couple times already. I'm not entirely sure what Ys 8 is.
So it's a action RPG, and it is absolutely phenomenal. So basically, you get shipwrecked on this island, and you have to go find all of the survivors on the island. And each time you find more survivors, you can unlock new areas on the island. But there's also like a subplot with like kind of like a priestess, and like you're going through that as well. So I'm about 3 chapters into it, and I'm about almost 20 hours into the game, and I am having a blast with this game. And it plays really well on the Switch. I actually just pre-ordered the PS5 version because they're re-releasing it physical for PS5. So I was like, I have to have it because I missed out on the physical for both the Switch and the PS4. And the game goes for like $90 right now on the used market. So
Jesus.
Yeah, if you have one sealed, it goes for over 100, over 120, 130. I mean, that's not that bad. I mean, Kalai, how like our Fire Emblem Fates collections, they go for what, like 300, I think.
Something like that, like $200.
Yeah, $200, $300 for Fire Emblem Fates, like the collector's edition that has all 3 games on one cartridge.
And I think it's going to get even more expensive.
Oh, it's going to go for a shit ton once the eShop gets closed, because then you can't get that 3rd game anymore. Dude, it's going to skyrocket. I might actually... No, I can't sell it. I love the series too much. You know what? If I bought a digital version of it, maybe I would sell it, but no, I have that physical. So but that's pretty much all I played. Matt, what have you played this week?
Did you want to go before me, Kalai, or?
No, you can go. Go for it.
So, as luck would have it, Daryl inspired me to pick up Dying Light 2 because I've actually beaten a whole bunch of games recently. I finished Pokemon Arceus, I finished Elden Ring, and I finished Horizon Forbidden West. So I was looking for another game to add to my log. And Dying Light 2 was on the PC, and I picked it up, only to find out a week later it went on sale. So, go me. Been having a lot of fun with that game. Never played the first one, so picking up the second one, I was just going in blind. But after watching Daryl play a little bit of it on his Twitch stream, my interest was piqued. So I picked it up and playing a bunch of that. I've gone back to Elden Ring. I'm on my New Game Plus playing through, trying a different build. Kalai, I finally got to the respec point, so I'm going into that tank build that I wanted to make.
Oh, that's cool. Now let me ask you this: Dying Light 2 is actually multiplayer.
Yes, and I don't think I know anybody else who has it on PC. So we'll see. I know one of our buddies is probably going to pick it up at some point.
Don't you have
So
it, Kalai?
Not yet, but you
Oh.
know, it's on my list. Oh, and somebody just gave me a $50 gift card.
use that for your Steam Deck.
Oh, that is true. I do want to use that for my Steam Deck.
Yes, you're very close to having the full price of the Steam Deck in your wallet. So
I am. I've been
be
saving.
patient.
Did they give you? Did they give you a time when you're getting yours yet, or no?
In July to like September, they said.
Jeez, that window's huge.
I know, but also, wait, I also need to give a shout out to Levi, who the other day sent me a message, said, "I'm so sorry I missed your birthday. Happy birthday, and here's a $50 Steam card." So
That was very nice of
There you
him.
go.
yeah, thank you so much, Levi. Sorry, go on.
So I was also playing Far Cry 6, and I told Kalai this earlier because this is my kind of game where they give you a pistol that can set people on fire. So I've just been running around the island doing that all day. I also played a little bit of Deathloop. Bought the game on sale a while back, finally turned it on, started playing a little bit of it. I'm not sure if I'm going to entirely finish through it. I'm just not enjoying my time with it.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's the time loop mechanism or the openness of it. Something is not clicking and I can't figure it out. I'm going to try to dump another hour into it and see if anything makes sense.
I watched Corey play it for a little bit, and I didn't feel like it was like justifying. Like it felt very shallow.
It is very shallow, but just the gunplay I don't like. The time loop mechanic is a little off-putting to me at the moment. I don't know. It's just I don't feel like banging my head against the wall when it's like, hey, figure out where you need to go next.
Wait, so you don't like the gunplay in a Bethesda game? Oh, shocker!
Well, no. So my thing was, and I know it's an Arcane game, but Prey was really good, and Doom, I know it's id, but it's still a Bethesda game.
Yeah, but the
Doom is
platforming
Doom.
makes up for how good the gunplay is. The platforming
I hear
brings
you
that
guys
game down.
I hear you guys trash talking the platforming in Doom Eternal every week, and I'm happy I finally get to be on the show and say I disagree.
You're out of your mind. You can have some jank with your orange cream soda.
So I also have been using my Steam Deck pretty efficiently, and I got on the bandwagon, loaded up some emulators, and I've been going back through playing Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver on my Dreamcast emulator.
That's a great game.
That is an amazing game. Even today, it still holds up. The voice acting, the action, everything. The only problem I have with it now are the camera controls, because they didn't think of that back in the early 2000s. And you'll enjoy this, Joe.
You can only do so much with cameras back then. Like, really.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And then I also use the GameCube emulator on it to play some Simpsons Hit and Run that I've been really itching to play.
Now, I have a question about the emulator. Is it hard to do?
You have to have a little bit of technical know-how. Otherwise, it could be confusing to people who've never done that type of stuff before. But really, there's plenty of online guides that you could follow.
What's it running? Like, what emulation suite is it running off of?
For GameCube, it's the Dolphin emulator.
Oh, okay, and it runs. I heard it runs like really smooth.
It does, with the exception of a hitch every now and then. Like even playing the either Simpsons or Wind Waker, and it's not a hardware thing. I think it truly is a software that hasn't been fully optimized on the Steam Deck. Because I know there's plenty of systems that run Dolphin and they run everything perfectly. So I think it's just growing pains with the Steam Deck being so new and being on Linux and things like that.
I mean,
That's
it's on
all
Linux.
I've been doing.
It's on Linux for now. Like, eventually, people are going to find a way to take it off of Linux. And pretty much.
Well, no, it's available on any OS. It's just the fact that Linux, the version that they have on the Steam Deck, I'm sure there's some things that they need to do improvements there. But that's what I loved about the Steam Deck, is that in the desktop mode, you can literally go to the Discover app and goes games, emulations. Hey, here are all the emulators that you can run. And it's emulators for every system.
That's cool. Oh, so let's see, what have I been playing? Oh, I got to play a little title called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge.
Nice. I am totally jealous.
Yeah. So I was at PAX last weekend and I got to check out some of the new games. It's a nod to the original 1980s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It is a brawler. It is up to 4-player co-op, and it was a blast. I got to play the best turtle, which is Donatello, obviously.
Incorrect, but that's okay. You can be wrong. It's okay to be wrong.
No, I don't think I'm wrong. I don't think I'm wrong.
Yeah,
So,
you are.
the biggest takeaway from that game that I found from all the PAX footage is that they got the original 1987 to 1990s voice cast to do all the turtles, to do Bebop and Rocksteady, and they haven't confirmed whether April or Splinter will be voiced by the original actors, but it's possible. And they didn't say what they're doing with Shredder yet, but it's awesome to see like Townsend Coleman and like Rob Paulson and those guys come back and reprise the voices of those iconic cartoon characters. And the game looks absolutely phenomenal. And I'm so jealous that you got to play it, because I cannot wait for this game. Like, this is like my number one game that I'm waiting for.
Yeah, I figured. I was actually, when I stopped by the booth, I was like, oh, I need to play this game and take a picture of me playing this game because I know somebody would be really jealous. I got to play a few other little games and indies on the show floor. I played the Marcus Brothers, liked the game, bought the game. It is a what if the Mario Brothers were communist?
Wait, all right, say that again. Like, did you
The
say that out loud?
Yeah, it's what if the Mario Brothers were communist?
So basically, we're saying it's Super Kami Brothers.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Okay, Super Kami Brothers it is.
It's 2-player, but it's 2-player co-op on the screen, which was kind of interesting as opposed to one at a time. I liked it. There was some really nice people. I also played a lot of Hades on my Switch. I got back into that.
That game is so amazing.
I know, and I had to stop because my arm, and Jim beat the game and he's trying to 100% the game on Steam, Joe.
Good luck. Good luck, Jim. I know you can do it. You've got the fortitude.
And then I've been kind of like just jumping around trying out different stuff to see what clicks with me. I haven't found anything. I tried Spelunking 2. I think you tried that, right, Matt?
Yeah. Before it crushed my soul.
Is that the new one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's not new. It's been out a couple years, but I know it came out to Game Pass recently.
Yes.
That's odd.
They are awesome games, Spelunky and Spelunky 2, but they can be soul crushing. You're in the middle of exploration and you miscalculate one thing and suddenly now you're dead.
Yeah, I was looking for something like little to play like that because I started another new game called Library of Arena, which is a card game. I cannot understand how to play this game whatsoever. I might just have to restart the game and like redo all of the introduction, like tutorial, because it was crazy. And I did it on my phone, and the print was so tiny I couldn't see it.
So if you're looking for a game like that, Kalai, Rogue Legacy 2 finally did their full release. And I can't praise that game enough. It's on PC and it's a roguelike, class-based adventure with growing skill sets and stats that you do through gold gained while playing.
I do have Rogue Legacy 1. But the problem is I was looking for something to play while at my lunch.
Well, maybe when you get a Steam Deck and you can download Rogue Legacy 2 to the Steam Deck, you could play that at lunch.
Maybe I can.
Should play Voice of Cards. I don't know why you're not playing Voice of Cards.
What's Voice of Cards?
Voice of Cards is like a deck building game made by the same people who made that dungeon crawling one for Square Enix. It's like $14 right now too. I think it's on sale.
That's interesting. I'll definitely have to check that one out.
It's also I think it's also on Game Pass for free. So you can I think you can demo it before you get it on your Switch, but yeah, it's out. It's out. It's been out since like February or January.
Really? What's it called again?
Voice of Cards.
Voice of Cards. Okay, I'll look that up. All right, that's pretty much what I've been playing. So we're gonna have to go into the our actual backlog beatdown. There we go. Oof. Wow. So I'm styling on you, bros, at 72 points.
Yeah, it's over.
Well, I don't know. CJ's at 53. EDJ3DG is at 50. Red Beer Rick is at 48. Gareth Davis is at 35. JT is at 35. Daryl is at 31. Zach is at 17. Joe, I will update your stuff right now because I know you've been adding stuff. You're at 16. I will not talk about it.
Well, if you give me the link and access to it, I was gonna do it myself. I asked for it twice in this second week on the show. I'm gonna ask for access again. I'll just do it myself. It's fine, but you just got to give me access.
I did give you access.
No, I went to do it again and I didn't have access.
Oh, that's really weird because we were in PAX and Jim turns to me and goes, Joe wants access to edit the spreadsheet. Is that acceptable? Yes, Jim, that's acceptable.
No, Jim, I'm not allowed to, edit the sheet for the contest. No.
James the Nerd is at 15. Alex Saunders is at 13. Tricky's at 12. Tricky kind of fell off.
He's planning something.
Yeah, I know.
No,
the builder's at 11. Jared's at 10. Homer Gets Stuffed is at 9. Corey's at 9. Did Corey just stop deciding to join us?
I think Corey just doesn't give a shit anymore.
He seems to do that.
I mean, he likes to quit things. Oh, shit.
I Yield to No One is 6. Matthew Mulden is 5. John Michael Stewart is 4, and so is T-Bird. James McCall is 3. Jim and I are at 2. Levi's at 2, but he said he hasn't had a chance to play. Spider Prax is at 2, and Wow, It's Brandy is at 2.
I just want Wow, It's Brandy to pass me. Because that'll show how much of a legit gamer I am.
I want her to pass Daryl.
I don't know if there's enough trashy games for her to play, for her to pass Daryl, though. And plus, he'd have to play him with her, so I feel like he would get points regardless. I feel like it's an easy way for him to, quote-unquote, use his wife to play video games and not get in trouble. Smart man, Daryl. Smart man. That's why I'm going to buy Monopoly on Switch and put my other dock downstairs so I can play Monopoly with my wife on my Switch.
Okay, so let's go to the true trophy. I hit the true trophies. Number 1 is Affectatious Donk at 451 score.
Nice.
Ah.
You mean trophies? You're on true trophies, so they're not score.
I am trophies. Oh, yeah. 451 trophy score. Redbeard Rick is at 68. Tricky Mick is at 24. Dat One Seagull is 18. Stink Palm is at 16. Gaz Davis is at 14. Resident Dale's at 13. Let's see. Joe, you're at 7.
What does it say my last trophy was? Does it say?
Yeah, West Coast Pop.
Yeah, see, it's weird. If you update it again, it should. I gained like 8 trophies like this morning, but yeah, it is what it is.
Well, I just opened it right now, so
that's weird. It doesn't like sync. It takes like it takes like 24 hours for it to like refresh or something. It's not like up to date. It's really weird. I don't know why it does that.
Okay, now we're gonna go to the the true achievements, the Xbox side. Number 1 is I'm Styling on You Bro with 47,840.
Well, so much for him being dethroned. How many
Number 2,
weeks is that in first place? Like, I'm gonna go back and check because I feel like he's been in first place for like 2 months.
right? Number 2 is Sadak on
Static.
Static with 2,565. Number 3 is the Alpha Seagull with 1,300. Let's see. Then at 4th place is Sony Pony to You for 850. Bearded Nerd is 270. I'm at 30.
Yeah, 30. Let's go, Kalai.
Dumplicker fell off.
That's a great sentence.
Okay, so those are our leaderboards. If you guys want to join us, you can just join our Facebook group. Let us know you want to be invited, you want the link. So, okay, so next we're going to go to our topic of the show, which is questions. Matt, you have the one in the Discord. Do you want to take that first while I get our Facebook questions?
Sure thing. So when Daryl posted the question in Discord, only one person looked like they were paying attention, and that was I'm Styling on You Bro, who asks, Daryl, how jealous are you that I've been buried in a mound of shit bigger than Amber Heard could ever produce in the form of spam games all April, yet you've got over half a year to remain spam free? Well, I guess Stylin didn't know Daryl wasn't going to be on the show this week. And like somebody will accept an award at an award show for them not being in there, since I've got the bald head and the beard, I'll answer on the part of Daryl. I'm not jealous because it's still a lot of hard work to play the games that I have, and if you choose to play spam, that's your choice. So I hope you're secure in your choice. Styling on goes to continue. To everyone on this weekend's recording, share this image. There's an image of a creepy red face. Does this game tile for Mr. Hibble not make you feel very uneasy? What the hell is a Hibble anyway? I'm at a loss for words. I feel like this thing is staring into my soul. So I'm going to close out this window and never look at it again.
I will not be opening the window now because of the comment you just made.
I saw that and I was like, ugh. All right. Daryl asks, who is the best Batman and why is it Ben Affleck?
That's a funny way of saying Christian Bale.
It's a funny way of saying Michael Keaton.
Oh!
Ooh, I was going to say it's a funny way of saying Adam West.
Wow.
She brings up a good point.
She does. The Batusi is definitely a hard move to pull off.
Joe, do you remember the old Simpsons episode where they brought Adam West on? It's like, what's wrong with people? Why doesn't Batman dance anymore? Don't you remember the Batusi? He starts doing the dance and everybody starts backing away slowly.
Yep. I do remember that. It's a great moment. Great moment in Simpsons history.
Question number 2. Have you ever pooped your pants in public or at work?
Yes. Yes, I have. Would you guys like me to tell the story? Because I can do that.
I think we can avoid that description. I will say yes when I was a baby in diapers. Once I learned to control myself, I would say I've avoided that.
Well, I had a stomach virus, so couldn't control it.
Never at work.
And it happened while I was driving.
Never at work for me.
The most awkward situation of my life. Because have you ever all right, I'll tease the story a little bit. Have you ever farted and felt like you shit yourself? Well, this time it actually happened.
And you're a young, virile guy. I mean, you got a couple years. I mean,
I shouldn't be rocking Depends, but this happened about 10 years ago. So it happened when I was really young, actually. Probably in my 32. I think I was 32 when it happened. It was right after my daughter was born. like right after, and I got really sick. I ate something bad at the hospital that we were staying at the time, and yeah, it was not a great situation. I'll tell you that. And then I proceeded to come home after pooping myself, and then took a shower. And as I was showering, it just came flooding out of me. It was like a scene from a horror movie where like they get ripped open end to end and blood just goes everywhere, except you replace the blood with shit. And that's what it felt like.
At least you were in the second best place for that to happen.
The shower, not real. Like, okay, so you would think it would be, but I feel like no, because honestly, like it was just everywhere, and then I had to clean it.
Did you have to start pushing it down with like your foot into the drain?
Honestly, I just said fuck it, just let it rip, and I was like, all right, we're gonna deal with the consequences of this later.
Okay.
It's
Next.
like you went so far, you just gotta go.
Damn it.
You just gotta finish it up. Like
Kalai's desperately trying to move on to the next question.
She doesn't like shitty stories.
What a bum.
Oh, this is going to be a good one. Question number 3 from Daryl. Why is anime for pervs?
So, okay, I'm going to jump in here. As the resident anime expert, I don't care what anybody else says. Daryl, I challenge you to meet me in Discord. I will screen share an episode of one of my favorite animes that will have no pervy things on it. And you're going to fall in love.
Ooh. Ooh, will he accept the challenge? Can we pay $25 a month?
Yes. Oh my god, we can. That's a rule. I approve.
So I will look. I would say administer that, and if it's if somebody pays $25, I'm gonna make him watch an anime that proves anime is for pervs.
Jesus, I have to force Daryl to watch pervy anime now.
Oh, I've got a lot out there that I can share.
Bible Black. Make Daryl watch
No. So no, that's just hentai.
Quality hentai.
Oh, for sure.
I don't know from experience, but I've heard stories.
I'm not ashamed. Yeah, no. Totally from experience.
Wow. Daryl is going to be like, I'm so sorry I didn't make this episode.
Daryl, Dragon Ball Z doesn't have a lot of pervy stuff in it. It has some stuff like Master Roshi and like boobies, but like I don't really think that one's too pervy. I think if you watch like Castlevania, that's a good one. I mean, it's Americanized anime, but still anime nonetheless.
I said attack. Yep, Transformers definitely classifies as an anime. It's an early 80s anime.
It's close. I mean, yeah.
But I contend Attack on Titan, which has no pervy stuff,
great show.
Is an amazing show to really get people to recognize the art style.
Can I just say that if he did find that show pervy, it would be a little disturbing.
Hey man, we don't know
just would say all sorts of things about him.
We don't know how Daryl rocks on a day-to-day basis.
Daryl Christian rocks. I'm pretty sure we know the result.
Christian rock all he wants, but hey, man.
All right, Matt, you ask, why is wrestling the real life version of anime?
I challenge anybody to dispute this.
I mean, it's more the real life version of soap operas.
No. You can't tell me.
Oh, that it's pervy.
Hulk Hogan. No. So here's the thing. So there's two categories here. First up, you can't tell me Hulk Hogan out there hulking up is not the Super Saiyan version of Goku powering up. First and foremost.
So you're saying Goku stole Hulk Hogan's shit?
Absolutely.
That's okay. I mean,
absolutely. Then number 2, yes. I mean, before Lita came out and started legitimizing women wrestlers, and then she even took a pervy turn. You had Trish Stratus, Sable. What the heck was her name that did the Playboy shoot?
A million of them.
One of the first ones. She was in there at the same time as Stacy Keibler. God, I forget this every time.
Tori Wilson.
Thank you, Tori Wilson. That's all for pervs. That's all being pervy in the middle of a ring. They're getting the rocks off in stadiums, having thousands of people watch them.
Are they getting their rocks off, or are people in the crowd getting their rocks off?
Both.
Someone just hit a
Okay.
guitar. That's pretty cool. Yeah. I guess I can't dispute that.
All right then. And I'm not going to comment on it because it's wrestling. I
It's
will
okay. I'm
comment
gonna pay $25 to make you watch like an entire pay-per-view.
Next question for Matt. Who is the best wrestler of all times and why is it Stone Cold Steve Austin?
It's not.
It's absolutely not.
It's actually a troll question because I don't even believe that.
Oh, okay.
No. Who do you
So-
believe the best wrestler of all time is?
Undertaker.
Oh, I would accept that. I don't believe that. It's not my answer.
What's your answer?
Honestly, it's Ric Flair.
I wouldn't accept that either. Believe it.
A lot of
Everybody
people
knows.
say Shawn Michaels though, so
No. It's The Rock.
I am a huge Rock fan, but I don't believe that he's one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. I feel like
I
he's
think
a passable wrestler. at
I
best.
think he's one of the best entertainers.
Correct. He's not a good wrestler though. Well, he's a decent wrestler, but the best, no, absolute fucking way. He's not even in my top 10. If my top 10 had a top 10, they wouldn't even be in that top 10. And if my top 10's top 10 had a top 10, it wouldn't even be in that top 10. Like, there's just so many greats. Like, let's go down the list. Like Jake the Snake, better than The Rock. Way better than The Rock. Hulk Hogan, while he's a giant racist, still better than The Rock. If you look up his Japanese wrestling matches,
allegedly a racist.
No, there's video to prove it. So there's no legend about it. Like he actually said the N-word on camera. So
I
no.
have never heard nor seen any of this myself, folks. These are our personal opinions.
Oh, I feel like you're trying to save Hulk Hogan here, you Hulkamaniac.
Oh, I ain't trying to save anybody. They can't save themselves.
No, Hulk Hogan, I would say Iron Sheik's a really good wrestler. I would say Owen Hart is a really good wrestler. Bret Hart's one of the best of all time. He's probably in my top 5.
Yeah, but didn't Bret Hart's career come to a dead stop?
No, that was Owen Hart, and that's not a good joke.
I was trying. So Kalai got there before I could, and her joke fell flat.
I did. I am so sorry. This is how much I know about wrestling. Can we just move on to the next question?
Yes, let's move on to the next
And I'm
question.
going to skip your next question because we're done with stupid wrestling. Jared asked.
Whoa, we can't skip questions. There's no skipping of questions.
Oh, okay, fine. Matt says, would wrestling be better if it was held in a kiddie pool filled with Jello?
More proof wrestling is for pervs.
No, because it's not 1997 anymore. We can't do that anymore.
Let's just move on.
Next question. If you didn't understand the context, what's worst out of the following? Farting right in somebody's face, laying the loudest and nastiest fart during a test in high school, and then blaming it on an innocent civilian and ruining your life. Your dad's seen something he shouldn't and ignores it for years. Your friend had a banana in his ass and offered it to your hungry father, or your significant other shat on your side of the bed, dropping an Amber Heard turd, but said the dog did it. I think all the Loop Bros are worse than Johnny and Amber.
Having listened to the show, but taking all those out of that contest, I feel like handing a dirty banana to a hungry father probably ranks up there.
It's a very shitty situation.
Mm-hmm. Joe?
Oh, God damn it.
Yeah, turd banana. Yeah, turd banana wins, hands down.
Yep,
shit was absolutely fucking hilarious.
Yep, that's exactly my thought. So, next question from CJ. What is the last game you threw your hands up in a woo-ha and yelled, "Fuck it, I'm done"?
What's a hoo-ha?
Hoo-ha, I guess it's Australian. It's all right.
It must be. I have one, but I'll defer to you both before I answer.
I mean, I guess like half my backlog because I don't go back to them. So I guess in a sense I say fuck it because I don't ever play them again. But I guess a game where I like really threw my hands up and said fuck it. I guess like the first Dark Souls, because I was a little bitch back then, and I didn't know how to do it. I was like, I don't know how to play this. This game's for adults. I'm not man enough to take on the challenge.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not 100% sure. It's a very good question.
Well, I'll answer while you think.
Eh.
Final Fantasy VII Remake. I had been waiting for the game. I was playing it. I was growing frustrated by the combat, and I got through a particularly difficult boss for me. Realized it may not be as difficult for everybody. Got to a save point, went to save, instead loaded, and set myself back a good 2 hours. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate that. That doesn't make me feel horrible at all. And I literally went into the options. I quit out of the game and I uninstalled it from my PS5.
Damn, that's definitely the definition of quitting. You just like turned it off and said fuck it and uninstalled it. You hit uninstall.
Oh, I guess for me it would be Horizon Zero Dawn.
I did that the first time I played it. The very, very first time I played it. Yeah, did you ever go back, Kalai? Never?
No, I never went back.
I feel like you owe it to yourself to go back and play that game. It's a fucking great game. You just got to get past like the learning curve of like how the game works, and I feel like you'll be fine.
CJ says, I recently finished Senra Kagura Peach Beach Splash, a recommended pledge game from a serial anime perv, Jared Gleese. The game consists of shooting all over beautiful women with your water pistol in the hopes of knocking off their bikini top or vajayjay string. All in quite harmless and family-friendly game. I was still taken aback by just how large the melons were in the game. It left me pondering the question, when do anime titties become too big?
The answer is never.
I really don't know how to answer this.
I mean, it's a simple question. When do anime titties become too big? I think they become too big when they start causing the person to double over because they are so large, the gravity just pulls them to the ground. But that's just one man's personal opinion.
It's a very scientific answer.
It was. Okay.
I mean, more than a handful is really too much. I mean,
you shut your goddamn mouth.
Good thing I have big hands.
Oh, Jared never played the game.
Well, Jared officially said it needs to be said that I never recommended this game. He made Daryl play it because he figured it must be better than lighting your ass hair on fire after a fart. But I have never played this game, never opened. He even shows a picture, never opened.
I feel like he should do both tasks side by side and then compare. For science, you know.
Let's see. Trying to catch up here. Okay.
CJ goes. There's a whole bunch of other comments, but CJ has the next question in his string.
This week sees the final run of I'm Styling on You Bro Reign of Terror on the Xbox leaderboards, notably one of the shortest number ones in the modern era.
Yeah, that didn't happen. Nice try, though.
I was going to say I didn't pay attention to the whole backlog portion, so was that true or not?
It's not our backlog portion. It was our True Trophies Hunter. You're very welcome.
Well, like I said, I didn't pay attention.
Jared says, everyone thinks that Amber Heard left a turd on Johnny Depp's side of the bed. What if Amber is a victim of a defamation? Johnny claims to know that the turd had to be from Heard because he walks the dog and knows what it looks like. But Johnny is not a veterinarian, and he drinks and uses drugs. What if Johnny crapped on his own side of the bed as is embarrassed about it or he doesn't remember it? Would your opinion of Amber change if Johnny did it or actually was the dog? No, because I've been in love with Johnny Depp for most of my life. So, what about you guys?
I mean, if Johnny Depp was the dog, I'd be shocked because that'd be a pretty fucking crazy transformation.
What about you, Matt? Would you
I truthfully, couldn't care less about the entire situation. I feel like a lot of people are focused on the wrong things.
He then says Elon Musk is defending Amber. What if he is an E-turd?
Maybe he's gonna buy her turds or her. I mean, he buys everything else.
What if the turd is not from Herd?
What if it's Elon Musk's? It's a grand scheme. This is how he's taking over Twitter.
If there was a Loop Bros, this is from Daryl. If there was a Loop Bros comic book, what type of hero would each host be? Who would be the villain? That's a good question.
I feel like my answer is very easy.
Oh, well, what's your answer?
I'd be the flame villain. I'm the villain in this. I would absolutely. I don't think I know any heroes that use fire powers for good. There is an anime. Okay, yeah, you got me. That was the obvious answer.
I mean, he's lame, but still uses.
So lame he had to become another superhero.
Wow. So true.
I mean, I feel like I would be a. As much as I want to say villain, I'd probably be a hero, wouldn't I?
Kalai, your superpower is herding cats and aiming them at the direction of villains, and the villains get distracted by all the cute cats.
Ooh, I like that. I could be Catwoman.
Think you would have a problem with that one. You might get sued. Maybe. I don't know.
More like crazy Catwoman?
There you go.
We can call you the Great Pussy Defender.
What would Daryl be? I would say he'd be on the side of good.
I don't know.
No, I definitely would see him on the side of good. But I think I would see him. What would be his? Oh, he could be Fart Man.
With the power to light his own ass hair on fire.
Okay, that's it. I'm going to back to be a hero. Him and I can team up.
I mean, he just lights his farts on fire. It's like the South Park game. He just like lights a fart on fire, just like blows everybody up. Captain McFarty.
Oh, Zach would be hard because I don't know Zach very well. I mean, he's a good guy, so I guess he'd be on the good side. I think we'd all be on the good side. I just realized who would be the bad guy in this situation. It would obviously be Tricky Mick.
The one-eyed bastard.
It could be his villain name, the one-eyed bastard. He has
Smokestack. Is his villain name.
All right. Wait, Jared goes on to say that Daryl would be a woman hero and male villain. He would transition on command to a hero to thwart his evil side, and all the other Loop Bros would point out the fool he is like a Scooby-Doo gang every issue.
Jesus.
All right, guys, do you have anything else? That's all of our questions.
I mean, that's a really quick show.
It happens sometimes. It's not how long you last. It's the it's the way you do use it.
No, it's actually how long you last.
God damn it. All right, then I will land this plane. Thank you guys for listening. Check out our Patreon, and I'll see you on the next episode of Loop Bros.
Check you later, guys.
Get right or get left, what will it be? Time is running out, the blood is flowing down the streets. People need to know we're living in a war zone. Hit the streets with the truth, tell them that it's on. Get right or get left, what will it be? Time is running out, the blood is flowing down the streets.